Good morning. I'm delighted to be here. My question is to do with children. I'm a foster parent. I have amazing children come into my care who've been raised by people outside the vortex. Is probably a good way to explain it. Sometimes I'm so compelled to help them when I feel it's an injustice that's being done to them. Some of these kids have special needs, and I don't like the way the professionals are dealing with them. What I do is I kind of stop because I'm not sure that it's my job to get out there and fight for them.
It's not whether it's your job or not, it doesn't do any fighting. In other words, first of all, to fight, you've got to leave the vortex.
Yes.
And then it's just whoever's the meanest who wins.
Yes.
That's basically the way it works out. Or the one that's most practiced at fighting, which is the meanest.
Yeah. Okay, so not fight. But when I think there's a better way of managing, I don't even know how to explain it. One boy in particular.
Well, before you go further, and we want to hear you fully, because this is a topic that will take us right to the heart of what everyone wants to understand. So we're going to have a very good dialogue here. But before you go further, let's just start with this funny little idea of what's the moral of your story. In other words, what are you ultimately reaching for?
I want these little people to be in the vortex, and I don't know how to get them
to have
their happy,
but wait. The moral of the story is always sharp and clear. In other words, before you tell a story, before you begin telling a story that will lead people into alignment, you always know what the alignment is that you're wanting to lead them to. So we're having a little fun with this, the moral of the story. But if you identify the moral of the story, it keeps you better as you tell the story. So you don't stray into out of the vortex conversation, which just perpetuates it and practices it more. So we want to get into the vortex and start perpetuating that as quickly as we can. So the moral of this story is, I see the potential enlightenment and enlivenment and power in these children, and I want to do everything in my power to awaken that within them, and for the time that they are in my care, train them into that vibration and put them in better stead for their own attraction. In other words, they're foster children. You're not going to go with them everywhere they go. Even if they are your own children, you're not going to go with them everywhere they go. So the best thing that you can do for anyone is the moral of the story is be so tuned in to the frequency of well-being that you emanate it, so that you are like a surrogate or a foster inner being.
Okay.
You're like a foster inner being. That's what you are. That's what you all are to anyone you're wanting to uplift. Don't you like that? You're a foster inner being, which means, now think about what your inner being, your real inner being is. Your inner being is in the vortex. Your inner being is holding the tone of who you really are and all that you're asking for. And these little ones, because of the intensity of their life, they have a really powerful vortex going. So their inner being is holding a very high, pure vibration for them. So you are like their foster inner being. You're there. You know about their vortex. You know about well-being. You know about who they are. And as you practice when they're asleep, and as you practice when you're not with them, and as you practice every chance you get, seeing them as their inner being sees them, then in the same way that we've been describing to all of you that your inner being will tune you upward into this frequency, you will tune them upward into the frequency of who they are. And hear this. When their frequency changes, their point of attraction changes, and abuse can no longer come to them.
Oh.
We like that word foster and all that it implies, because think about what the moral of the story is with foster parenting. In other words, think about it, what it really means and really means. It doesn't mean a place where they are kept out of the cold and given food. It's an environment. It's a nucleus. It's an environment where they catch their balance. It's an environment where they get a better start in life. It's an environment where, and now when you take it to the foster interbeing level, is an environment where they get to feel who they really are. They get to be the object of attention of someone's complete appreciation of them. They get to be adored even when they are behaving in a way that they don't deserve it by outside the vortex physical standards. You see, everything that we're talking about, and you're going to hear it from us again and again in these hours that we are together, is that, sure, there's plenty of processes and plenty of work that you can do. We've offered many to you. But the most powerful thing that we have to offer you is something like the meditation CD or meditation in general, where you quiet your mind and allow the vortex to tune you into the frequency of who you really are. And if you will see yourself as that forevermore, I am the creator of an energy environment. Never mind your house, never mind what you're feeding them, never mind where they're sleeping. I am the creator of an energy environment with the express purpose of helping them to tune their vibration upward into their natural rhythm of alignment with who they really are. Because when they've got that, they've got everything, you see.
Awesome. Good. Thank you so much.
Further back? Yes.